Hello again. Trying out live for the second time in a whole week. What? I'm gonna hold off for a second, see who decides to join. And whoever does, I hope some people join. If they don't, it's okay. I'm still gonna say a little something and continue the talk on motivation that I had began on Tuesday, I believe. So we had spoken about the motivation to do anything. And if you're here, please let me know you're here. Wave, say hi, tell me where you're from, what you doing. Did I catch you at dinner? We are post-dinner here. So yeah, motivation. We had talked about how many people before would say when they found out that I was a Spanish teacher, oh my gosh, I wish I would have learned Spanish back in the day, but I can't, not anymore. Hey there. They're just having a tough time thinking about for reasons why they would want to learn Spanish, right? So with our boys having autism, one of the things we learned about that was, hi Mike, in order to motivate the kids to change their behavior, because that's what you want to do with applied behavioral analysis therapy, which is what we did with the boys when they were younger. One of the things that we did was you have to be you have to watch, Selena, you have to watch their behavior. You have to watch what they love and take note of these things, because these are going to be your quote-unquote bargaining chips or negotiation chips. And it got really interesting because we had to pay attention because Will wasn't verbal at the time, so we really didn't know how to make him do anything. So while we found out Legos and Cheerios and little things that would catch his attention, and we had to actually bring it to his eyesight because he was so visual. But it was really interesting because then it started making me think about motivation itself. How do we, make anybody do anything really when it was with our kids? But then it became a thing for me, like what motivates me. And my sister, who's currently studying a PhD in school psychology, she also mentions to me when I told her about positive reinforcement, she's like, yeah, we all do. We all work for a paycheck. And it makes us think, it makes me think about, why do we do the things we do? Why would I want to pick up the ukulele and play it? For me, my positive reinforcement was I got joy out of playing the ukulele. And for me, it was joyful trying to figure out and get the fingers with the brain and the singing. And there was some short burst of excitement when I would get it right. And it was for me more than anything. So I was self-motivated because I got something out of it. So then it becomes a thing of what motivates you. Again, why are you doing this? Why are you at the job you're at? I remember being at the university and teaching Spanish, and I would get the struggling kids come to my office. And I always asked, because it was always like, oh, I'm terrible at Spanish. I suck. I can't do it. And lo and behold, I'd always ask him, all right, tell me how you're doing at school. What's going on? Are you sleeping? Number one. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, sleep. Are you eating well? No. And all the unfortunate things that, are part of the college experience, right? You're becoming an adult, you're 18, and you're still figuring out life. But lo and behold, I would kind of go down through all these questions because they were not doing well in Spanish, but I knew that there were a lot of underlying things. And one of the conversations that stuck out to me about motivation, I would ask him, why are you studying Spanish? And most of the time I was like, well, it's a requirement because it was a liberal arts university. So yeah, you had to learn hello, Carrie. You had to learn another language. It was a requirement. And when you require anybody to do something that they don't want to do, it's going to be harder for them. So for us, I would just ask them then, okay, so you're here, you have to take Spanish. You could have taken French or Italian. It's like, well, no, I'm not good at languages. I'm like, okay, well, what are you good at? And then, of course, I'm going to get interrupted by my children. What are you good at? And they would...
Where's Papa still again?
I do believe he's somewhere else. Right now, I'm working, bud. Do you mind?
I am so sorry again.
It's okay, bud. Thank you. Close the door.
You're welcome.
The motivation of patience. It works well that I need to learn how to calm myself down, because my motivation is being able to diffuse what could be always an emotional, a charged emotional moment for Will if I just cut him off completely, because I've learned my lesson. Anyway, back to my conversation about motivation. So what happens is that I ask the student, why are you studying Spanish? Why are you at this university specifically? And lo and behold, it's because my parents told me that I should come here. And I asked them, well, did you want to come here? Well, no, not really. Have you spoken to your parents about it? No. Just keep in mind, your parents are paying a lot of money for you to be at the school, unless you're paying yourself. And if you're paying yourself, then definitely look at, why are you studying what you're studying? Is it because of the job? Is it because of the prestige that comes with the job? Do you really get fulfillment out of that prestige that comes with the job? And it was really interesting how some kids would just, the light bulb will go off. And I'm sure the parents told them over and over again, because I know I'm a parent now and I get it. I tell them things, but it's when someone else tells them that the light bulb goes off. So that's the reason why I'm here talking about motivation. So sometimes we have some belief in our bodies that we can't do something. And that's not the case. Even with people with disabilities, there is still abilities, and we do have a lot of the hardwire. It's very, you can help grow it. You can help improve it. There are ways. You just have to be motivated to change that. The problem is when you have a belief that you're not worthy enough, or you're afraid of doing it because you'll fail at it, and you might not even be conscious of it, but you have to practice to start being conscious of those things. So this is why I'm doing these little talks now, is to help people start figuring out for themselves, because my motivation in these videos is because I've seen results with me, my children, my mom. It's all about creating the peaceful home, because it's not always peaceful. There's always going to be something happening, but that the resting or the main emotion at this household is fun and joy and crazy and love, a lot of love. And how we do that is because we work on ourselves. The boys catch me when I'm getting upset and they go, Mama, don't get mad. I'm like, I'm allowed to get mad. Let me just go to my corner for a second, and then we can continue discussing what we need to do. And then they're allowed to get mad. And we really talk through all of these things, because my motivation is to have a beautiful life, a joyful life. I'm done with having to be right about X, Y, or Z. Instead, I allow others to have their moment, their way of being, because the more they're allowed to be themselves and me not controlling that, the better they are at having a joyful life, at responding to my requests when they want to, when they have to have them do something they don't want to do. So it really is, as soon as I changed my energy, my motivation, they started changing everything within them. And it just becomes much more, like I said, much more fun. So anyway, I'm also here to tell you guys that in case you don't know, I do have a website. I've been working on myself in this personal healing journey because, again, dealing with everything that they bring to the table, I needed to check in with myself. I had all kinds of beliefs about me, about who I should be, what I should be doing, what's okay for a Latina woman to be, all that extra junk that we all carry. that we don't need, it's fun to be Latina woman, but it doesn't mean that it has to own me. It's fun to be a mother, but it doesn't have to own me. My children don't have to own me. My husband doesn't have to own me. So what I'm trying to share here is that everybody has the ability.
How much longer I just wish to Stevie?
Can you give me 2 more minutes and I'll help you out, bud? 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Thanks, bud. The joy of having an office in the house. Anyway, and so I have a website, and I call myself, like I've said before in all my website and all my videos, I have a YouTube channel as well, but I call myself the innerpeacebroker. And the idea is that I help you broker peace within yourself. You're the only one who really truly knows you. Nobody else does. So when you work with someone like a coach or counselor, psychologist, I say check all of those. Whatever works for you, do that. But do it for your own benefit, because as soon as you find your peace, you're going to be a more peaceful person to be around, meaning we're all going to be more joyful, period. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Plus, I get to earn some money and help my family, in a different way. I love being a homemaker now. I really enjoyed my time as a professor at the university, but I know this is exactly where I need to be, especially now with all the crazy that's flying around all of us. I'm definitely seeing that we just need much more joy, much more peace. And again, it's all on us. It's our perception of the universe, of the world. Whatever we see is what is. And it's interesting that, 2 people can have the same exact thing happen to them and see 2 completely different outcomes. One of them can lose their whole house and have nothing left but their underwear and be like, hey, I'm alive. And the other people just lost their car, but oh my God, this is terrible. And that's okay. They're both valid. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is that it is a choice. We have what we have, and we have a lot of fun. Honestly, it's crazy, yeah. And sometimes I want to, run away crying, like every mother and every human being that has family, because it really is the people that are closest to us that help us figure out our stuff the most, because they're the ones that trigger us the most. So what I'm saying is that you can have a peaceful life and a joyful one all at once. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So innerpeacebroker.com is back. I'm coming. And you can find me also on Instagram, innerpeacebroker, at parentingautismheavenonearth. Everybody's here. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Relax. It's all good. Yeah, this is what it's like at home. When I'm in session, by the way, this does not happen because it's when they're not at home when I do sessions. But for now, this is what it's like.
Where's Beba and Stevie?
It sounds like they're in Beba's room. You might want to check out.
No, I forgot.
It's okay, bud. Take a deep breath. What did you?
Why?
Well, I'm talking
because
to.
I was.
Okay, so it looks like I'm cut off for the day.
Trying to keep telling you, I forgot again.
It's okay, bud. I understand. I hear you. I see you. All is well, always. Okay?
Always well again.
Always. Even when you're upset. Yes. So if you guys need any help, you'll see us. Oh, thanks, bud. I appreciate your hugs. Sometimes that's all we need.
Sorry again.
It's all right, bud. It's all good. Sometimes that's all we need. Just someone to say, all is well, always. And that's what I'm here for at this point. So if you check out my website, you'll be able to see me there. I'm also, I use very interesting healing modalities, one of them being a guided meditation that helps you release all of these old patterns that are no longer serving you. Like a big one is, I am not worthy. I used to have a horrible time with that one. But then you get rid of that at the subconscious level and it just changes everything at the conscious level. So if you have any questions, let me know. Keep checking yourself on your motivation. Why are you mad? What's going on? Just there's something always deeper. As soon as you find that root cause, let it go. Throw it to the wind. Choose you in everything you can choose. And, remember, this is your life. Nobody else is living it for you. I'm not living his life. He's not living mine. We're doing it together side by side. So how can we do this having fun? Even when we're mad and sad and all that other craziness. Anyway, I am wishing you all the best. Have a lovely weekend. If I don't see you, I'm going to continue doing these from time to time. Probably do one on anger or something like that. And give you tools. Because I was interrupted and I forgot what tool I was going to do. But I hope that what is my motivation helps you guys in trying to figure out what you need to do every day in your everyday life. Just keep checking on yourself. You're doing a great job, by the way. Love yourself more, especially in those moments where you feel like, I'm a failure. No. Love yourself more. Like if you were a little 5-year-old, because that's really what happens. It's like a bunch of 5-year-olds having tantrums right now. They're all adults, but no, it's how we feel, and that's okay. All we have to do is just love ourselves more, forgive ourselves, and move forward. Ask for forgiveness where we need to, of course, because we do have to make amends sometimes. I've stuck my foot in my mouth, I don't know how many times. He knows. So just do it for you, because, again, you're the only person that has to live with yourself 24/7. And I must say, I actually have a really great time with myself now. Before I didn't. Now I'm like, you know what? I kind of like you, Nicole. I'll stick around with you for a little bit longer. Anyway, I hope this serves y'all. I'm sending you all kinds of love, love, light, and blessings to all. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining.